One of the moments in last night's speech that I found most personally distasteful was Donald Trump's attempt to shield himself from legitimate criticism over the disastrous raid in Yemen from about a month ago by deflecting to the sacrifice and genuine tragedy of the loss of a life of a U.S. Navy SEAL. And in that pursuit, he enlisted the aid of the widow of that SEAL, who is undergoing unbelievable grief right now. And he made a little moment out of it. You're going to see it in this clip.
We are blessed to be joined tonight by Carryn Owens, the widow of U.S. Navy Special Operator, Senior Chief William Ryan Owens. Ryan died as he lived, a warrior and a hero, battling against terrorism and securing our nation. I just spoke to our great General Mattis, just now, who reconfirmed that, and I quote, Ryan was a part of a highly successful raid that generated large amounts of vital intelligence that will lead to many more victories in the future against our enemy. Ryan's legacy is etched into eternity. Thank you. Thank you. And Ryan is looking down right now, you know that, and he's very happy because I think he just broke a record. For as the Bible teaches us, there is no greater act of love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. Ryan laid down his life for his friends, for his country, and for our freedom, and we will never forget Ryan.
Okay, let's break down all the loathsome parts of that demagoguery. Okay, so first of all, he's been getting flack because inside sources in the government and Defense Department saying, we really didn't get much intelligence from that raid. Basically a complete failure. So he says there, no, it's okay, my defense secretary reconfirmed that it was successful. He's your defense secretary. That doesn't count. It's not like he was going to come out and go, no, yeah, Trump botched it. That's not an outside source, right?
You didn't think he was going to go rogue?
Yeah. And come on, man, to say he broke a record for the amount of ovation that he got.
It's the ratings thing.
Yeah,
it's all TV. But before that's, I don't know which is worse. He's happy because of the number of moments, and it was long applause, and of course, like no human, or at least no lib, can look at that woman and not feel just incredible grief. I mean, if you've ever lost someone, you know at least something like what she's going through, and it's absolutely devastating. But before that, to say he spoke for the dead soldier's soul and said what that dead soldier is thinking about something as trivial as applause. That's sickening.
That he broke a record for longest applause, which of course, there's no such record. And yeah.
But who cares anyway?
And he died. And that's her husband, he died. So, but in his ratings-obsessed mind, he's like, ooh, that was a good one. That was long applause. I mean, sure, for Ryan, right? And then the Bible teaches us, don't quote the Bible. Now, everybody knows that you're the least religious person. Even when you're taking pictures with evangelical leaders like Jerry Falwell, you forgot to take the Playboy cover featuring you off the wall, so it's in the picture. Don't quote the Bible. Everybody knows you're full of crap, okay? And then when he does quote the Bible, he talks about sacrifice and how it's the greatest thing ever. Then where were you in Vietnam?
Yeah.
5 deferments. Why didn't you quote the Bible back then and jump into the fray? Why weren't you brave? Why didn't you make the best thing you could possibly do according to the Bible?
Yeah.
Not only did he get deferments while he was in college, afterwards he got a phony letter from his daddy's doctor saying he had bone spurs. When questioned which foot he had bone spurs on, he said, I can't remember, maybe both.
Rich conservatives have a lot of bone spurs.
But now when he was running for president many years later, another phony doctor says he's the healthiest guy who's ever run for president. So which one is it?
He's got the most virile bone spurs in the land. Yeah, and so, look, and this comes a day after he said, hey, don't look at me, I had nothing to do with this, it was Obama. Obama did it. Or if not Obama, it was the generals. It was the generals did it. And he can't take any responsibility. We know that he apparently pushed this thing through, that Obama had decided not to greenlight because he wanted to make some sort of move in terms of terrorism. He did it over dinner. He wasn't in the Situation Room when it was going on. He didn't care about this man's sacrifice when he was being sacrificed.
He chose his wife to be there because the dad wouldn't come. So the dad of Ryan Owens said, don't use my son as an excuse to impede an investigation.
Yeah, don't hide behind him.
Don't hide behind him. And then after his dad said that, he went and hid behind him and his widow.
In the most public way imaginable.
He's really a gross guy. I mean, if you're a veteran and you saw that because he's rich, he got to, you know what he said after he didn't go to Vietnam and laughed about it? He said, no, the sex parties I used to attend at the time and avoiding STDs at those parties was my own personal Vietnam.
So
that's what he said.
Soldiers.
Okay, and now he hides behind this widow. It's grotesque.
But this hiding behind dead soldiers produces this perverse incentive where if you have a mission, you should hope as president that soldiers die, because then you're above criticism. And just the glorification of the military, venerating that and these missions above anything else, it's one of the worst strains of American politics. And to see it in the first month even, this does not bode well for future speeches from Trump. He now knows, if I can hide behind the flag, if I can hide behind dead soldiers, I'm going to be insulated from criticism, and that is a dangerous thing for a man as self-involved and narcissistic as Donald Trump to realize.
And he promised, and I think this is why he did it, that we're going to start winning now with the military. So now, you don't win by being careless, but in his mind, you do. You're just aggressive. Just go, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? I got to get the entree. Go. I approved the mission. Obama's weak. He's not winning. We got to use the military more. But what happened at the end? They were trying to get the leader of al-Qaida in the Arabian Peninsula. Not only did they not get him, he mocked Donald Trump on Twitter afterwards. Ha ha, you didn't get me, you loser. It turns out they didn't even get valuable intelligence. They ran into a huge firefight. They killed all those civilians, and we lost Ryan Owens. And the guys who claimed that losing 4 people in Benghazi, including a couple of our troops, right, was the worst thing ever had to happen. Benghazi! Losing troops is a crime against everything we've ever known, and people should go to jail over it. Now they're like, they brag. Oh, we lost a troop. Yeah. We lost a Navy SEAL. You should give us credit. No, I don't give you credit, and that isn't winning, you schmuck. You know who created journalism you could be proud of? You did. Our audience helped us hire an investigative reporting team. Now we're going to go for a second. tytnetwork.com/go. Let's build the best reporting team in the country together.